It's a Japan Pimp. This is the final part 7 of our 7-part series. We're talking about things that discourage players, make them want to quit Evony Age 2. Again, this is not designed to attack Evony in any way. We just want to offer some constructive feedback and get these thoughts out there and try to initiate some change, because when players lose interest in the game and quit, it hurts our buddy. It hurts players because we don't have any competitors anymore. It hurts Ebony because they don't have any players, and that means less money. Okay, so part 7, we're going to talk about the two different environments in Evony Age 2, and why one environment is discouraging the players, new players to the game, and the other environment is not. In fact, discouraging to new and experienced players. Now in Evony Age 2, we already talked about this in video 1, but it takes a god-awful amount of time to build up cities and get yourself built up and whatnot. Thousands of hours, okay? Thousands. If you added all the time it took to level up a cottage from level 1 to level 10, and then a single barrack, and then every other building, and then you multiply that by all the buildings you have, plus all the academy research, plus all everything, you're talking thousands of hours, okay? So when a player invests all this time into a city and they go to bed, and they wake up 8 hours later and it's gone. Yeah, that sucks. And that's extremely that's extremely discouraging. And that's why Evony made Age 2. Because in Evony Age 1, players were spending all this time and money building up these cities. They go to sleep and then wake up and poof, months of work could be gone. And that's not cool for any game. Players do not want to risk, hundreds or thousands of hours of invested time. And so Evony came out with Age 2 so that players can decide how much they want to risk. And in Evony Age 2, if you want to risk losing all of your cities and the hundreds or thousands of hours you put into them, then you can choose to own some historic cities in Age 2. Or if you do not want to lose any of your cities, then you can choose not to own historic cities. Now, the problem here is that in Ebony Age 2, they made a new environment after the release of Age 2. They started making a new server environment for Age 2 where every city can be captured just like Age 1. So, I mean, look, if you want to play a game where all your cities can be captured and lose hundreds and thousands of hours of work, that's called Age 1. Go play it. There's no reason to bring that into Age 2, but that's what Evony did. So then you got these players running to Age 2 to both of the environments, and sometimes they don't know that they could lose all their cities. So you may have Joe Bob, who's new to Evony, and he's tinkering with his cities after work, and 2 3 months later he's real happy because he built up 7 cities, and they're built just perfect, just the way he likes them. And then he goes to sleep one day and he wakes up and 6 of his cities are gone. you know that sucks, and he's going to be pissed off. And you know basically that's what players were going through in Age 1, and really there's no reason to put those players under the same situation in Ebony Age 2, especially new players, because they don't know. Oftentimes they don't know that they risk to lose everything. So, players that enjoy the thrill of gambling everything and having, a large amount of risk, fantastic. Age 1, go play it. But for normal people who have, schedules and they're busy and whatnot, and we can only game, 30 minutes or an hour or two a day, and we go to sleep, we sleep a full 8 hours, you know, we don't have time to worry about our cities being captured while we sleep. So, that's the final thing that I want to bring out about Evony Age 2, what discourages players, and that is the other gaming environment for Evony Age 2, where all cities can be captured. In order to alleviate that problem, Evony really needs to make it clear to anyone who joins a server, the differences between the Age 2 environments. Like, hey, look, Mr. New Player, you're gaming on a server where you stand to risk to lose everything, all of your cities, the hundreds and or thousands of hours you put into stuff. You stand to lose all of that. But if you game on these other Ebony Age 2 servers, you're not going to lose that. The only thing but if you do want to risk, expose yourself and have a certain amount of risk, well, you can choose to own these cities called historic cities. So Ebony, basically, what I'm trying to say is Ebony needs to make it clear to players the pros and cons of each environment, of each server environment, when those players set up on those servers for the first time, because it's extremely frustrating to players to the game with that. They wake up in the morning and all their stuff is gone, and they had no idea that that was going to be the case. So that's the final thing, and I just want to say in closing, thank you for watching all these videos. I know I rambled a lot, but a few things I really like about Ebony Age 2 is the hero system, the star system. It allows players to level up their heroes. I really like the caps they put on hero levels, 100, 150 max, so there's not like an endless, cycle of leveling heroes. That's just way too time consuming. This is not a hero leveling game. It's a war game, a strategic battle game. That's what it's supposed to be, not a farming or hero leveling game. So I really like the star system. Once you get stars on, your workshop, all your heroes raise. Um, it raises all of your heroes' attacks and whatnot. And I really like the King quests. I really like the concept of historic cities. But these concepts are great. The Age 2 concepts are great, but how players are utilizing them and what's happening in the real world, um, there's a lot of issues there that are discouraging players. So if the concepts are great, if we can keep the concepts, that would be great. We just need to um, tweak some things about how they work in the game so that players aren't discouraged. This is Japan Pimp. I have no idea what video I'm going to do after this series, but stay tuned. It'll be a couple weeks while I think of something, and I'll see you on the battlefield. Talk to you later.